by Kirk?
That's the way it's going to be this year, I see.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well do it right out the gate. You haven't asked me a question, but I think the big thing is we just kept playing. You know, they ran into a couple balls and had some damage early, but the big thing was I thought that our dugout was phenomenal the whole game. There was no panic in it. You know, guys I thought came in and did a good job, some better than others, but we're trying to find ourselves. And that's a great way in terms of a team understanding that you're never out of a ball game. And good game.
You talk about Zach's night on the mound. He gets out of that bases loaded, no outs jam, and then comes in and does great work in the 8th and 9th to set you guys up for the offense. Just talk about his game tonight.
Sure, I thought Zach, I thought he did what he's been doing since he's gotten here. You know, Coach Lon has done a great job, and Howie and the guys in terms of developing a little cutter, which he used exclusively tonight. Did a good job of landing his breaking ball and then pitching with his fastball. A couple change-ups, which was nice too. But I didn't think the lights were too bright for him. And it was nice, a Nolan Catholic kid, his first appearance, in the purple and white. And, to pitch like he did and get a win was, I think, really, really neat.
Speaking of lights not being too bright, can you talk about Chase Brunson's night?
Yeah, Ryder and Chase were in the first inning, were sitting on the railing, and I just said, hey, man, go in there, take a big, huge, deep breath, and then smile when you get in the box, because this is why you came here. And, I thought Chase, a ringing double, another hit, I thought he played really well, but he played kind of in character. We weren't really surprised with how he played. He dealt with a little bit of cramping in both of his calves, which limited him a little bit in terms of how he was feeling. But I thought everybody, played in character and played great. And it's nice to have old number one in the dugout. Peyton, I thought, with his first game as a TCU Horned Frog, we put him in the leadoff position for a reason. And, you saw it. He had 2 stolen bases. I think he had 3 stolen bases, and 1 in the 9th, and I think 3 hits too. So it's a deal where the wind played havoc. The wind played havoc, and we knew it was going to be a day that the wind was blowing out, and you saw it in terms of the pop-ups really come into play. The home runs I don't think were very much wind-aided, but I thought the pop-ups really, helped us out in a large way in terms of, getting on base.
Coach, the team is down 9-2 at one point. Are you having to tell them anything, or are you letting the veteran presence take over?
No, I don't think there was really anything to say other than just keep playing and chip away. There's a reason why you play 9 innings, and I'll bet on our guys all the time, and it showed a lot of grit and character in terms of who they are. Being down 9-2 in a home opener, you want to come out. We were up 2-0, and too many free bases from the pitching staff. Walks and hit by pitches, and then you sandwich that with a couple, home runs, and that's where you get a 9 spot. So we got to clean that up. We got to be better in terms of not giving them free bases. But I thought just the character that I thought they showed was awesome, and it didn't surprise me one bit.
Florida Gulf Coast led the country in runs per game and runs per game last year. What do they do that makes them such a challenge to play?
Well, I'll tell you what, they're really well coached, first of all, and then second of all, Farrell, the guy that hit the home run to right center, hit 21 for them 2 years ago. Then he left to go to Miami, hit 7, came back. So, their offensive philosophy is a lot like Oklahoma State in terms of you catch them on some days where you're not pitching very well, and they're going to throw up a bunch of crooked numbers, which they did tonight. They put a 4 and a 3 to make 7 of their 9. So, if you're not executing your pitches at a high level, they're going to make it hard on you. And I thought, they did that, and it was a really good game.
Talk about your shortstop.
Who's that?
Anthony Silva. 4 hits on the night, including the home run.
Yeah, pretty good start to the season for him. He didn't really get many chances. There really wasn't a ton of ground ball outs, to be honest with you. So, but offensively, he did a really good job. I think all of his 4 hits too were pretty much loud contacts, and got one up in the jet stream and rode that out of there too. So really nice start for Anthony and for the whole club.
Peyton started this game with 5 consecutive strikeouts, got to 150 Ks for his career, and then Florida Gulf got to him a little bit there in the third inning. What did you see from him in the first 2 innings, and did anything change in the third, or was it just Florida Gulf?
No, I think they made they made some good adjustments, and he was. I think probably have to go watch it again. But probably some of those pitches were over the middle of the plate. He hit 2 guys and walked a guy in that inning, and his pitch count got up to 70 really fast. And so this early in the season, especially with this weather, got to make sure that we protect those guys. Then 2 other guys came in right after him that hadn't pitched in a really, really long time. Caveman Parker, coming off an injury, and Tommy John hadn't pitched in over a year. Louis, his year got cut short last year. So we wanted to get them out there right away. Obviously, Cademan didn't have the night that he wanted to have, but like I told him on the mound when we were taking him out, learn from what you felt your first time back out there, and it's only going to get better. He's going to be a huge piece for our ball club, pitching in a variety of different roles. And now we got that out of the way, all right, in game 1. And so I'll look forward to seeing him bounce back again and be the guy that he was dominant, to be honest with you, at the tail end of practice here leading into the season. So he's going to be that way again. He just got his feet wet, and same thing with Louis. So we kind of got those 2 out of the way in terms of getting them back in game action. But the night, the story of the night in terms of the mound was the first couple innings by Tolley, and then Poyer in terms of what he did.
Whenever Tolley was rolling with those spreads, were you feeling it as a pitch caller?
Yeah, well, it's always fun, when you start off a year like that, 5 out of 6, but he'll get better. Again, same thing, early in the season, cold night, he's doing both, 2-way guy, so we got to do a good job of making sure that we take care of him early in the season, until we get his legs underneath him and be able to go, 100 pitches.
Coach? Oh, sorry. No, you're good. Oh, I don't have anything.
Oh, okay. Last one for me is Jack sat the whole game, came in and pinch ran, and then didn't have the best at bat, but took advantage of a mistake and had the awareness to get down to first. How nice was it to see him step up in that moment after?
Yeah, Coach Bruce and I kind of laughed when we took Tolley out in that situation. Nobody out. He was at first base. We were thinking about taking Curtis out, but Curtis got to second, and then Tolley got on behind him. So we're like, we got to take Tolley out. He's been on his feet. So we decided to go with Arthur there, and we kind of joked that Tolley's going to probably come back up in a situation where you'd love to have your 3-hole hitter in there. But I thought Jack actually took some really good swings, and then had, like you said, the wherewithal to be able to run to first base on a strike 3. Because a lot of people would be like, shoot, that's my first TCU at bat, hang their head and walk back to the dugout. But he had the awareness to run to first base, and we got the benefit of the doubt in terms of being able to score from the second one. You bet.